Hello, I'm Dylan.
I'm Summer.
And this is Really Playing Games, the show where we play games. Really. Summer, how have you been in the past week?
Great.
Thumbs up.
I don't know if I talked about this last week because I don't know if I knew last week. I don't recall. But so Fleet, my husband, his parents were supposed to be coming to visit us sometime this year.
Right.
And we were like, oh, we need to figure out when that is because his company wants to go on like a company retreat in February. And we were like, okay, well, if they want to go on a company retreat, we need to figure out if we can go on the company retreat in February with them and figure out kid situations. Like, do the kids need to come with us? Can they stay here? Can grandparents come and watch them? Blah, blah, blah. The way that you do.
Right.
And so I was like, well, we need to know when they're coming this year, because if they're coming in like December, we could just ask them to postpone until February, right?
Right.
But we need to know sooner rather than
If they're
later.
coming tomorrow.
If they're coming tomorrow, then we need to know. Turns out they're coming tomorrow. So not a joke. Literally not a joke.
tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow.
That's amazing.
Monday tomorrow. And of course, when he told me, it was like a couple days ago. He's like, they're coming Monday. And I was like, you've got to be shitting me. They're coming Monday? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, how long are they staying? He goes, I don't know. A month is how long they're staying.
What?
They're staying in an Airbnb. So they're like not going to be in our house for a month, the 16th to the 16th. So they're going to be here for for a minute. So I'm like wrapping my brain around that information. And then I get a FaceTime call from my mom. And she goes, has anyone told you the news? And I'm like, what news? And she's like, I'm coming to visit you like this month. And so turns out his parents invited my mom, which is so sweet because she hasn't met Ren yet. So they invited my mom to come at the end of November. So we will have 3 out of the 4 grandparents will be in Seattle with us, visiting us, which I both love and also dread a little bit. Yeah. It's the things I'm excited for is that they love taking my kids to go do things, right? Like they love getting them out of the house, like giving me space. Like I was talking to Lauren and I was like, imagine I had a 40-hour work week where I actually logged hours where, cause like right now, cause I do contract work, I'll maybe do 10 to 15 hours a week mostly at nights when the kids are asleep. Right. And I'm not streaming. But I was like, imagine I worked like during the day and like got like a really fucking solid paycheck for the month before Christmas. Wouldn't that be insane?
That'd be sick.
And so I was talking about that and I was like, oh my God, I could stream during the day, blah, blah, blah. But also like, I know they'll want to see us too. So I'm just like, oh my God, we got to do like, they got to quarantine and like all this stuff because they're going to be on planes for like 8 or 9 hours. And so all of that, but I'm really excited to see my mom because I haven't seen her since before Ren was born. And so I'm excited to see my mom and her to meet, her granddaughter. And then I'm excited to see his parents and that'll be great. And also on top of all of that, I'm a psychic. This happened after our last stream last week. I was in NoPixel and I told you the whole story about running into that guy that I hadn't roleplayed with in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I have tarot decks everywhere. I have a tarot deck right here beside me. I've got tarot decks everywhere, right? I've got a whole shelf full of tarot decks. And I was like, you know what? Because he was going to be on Survivor in the City, right? So they do Survivor. This is their 3rd season of Survivor in NoPixel. Right. And he's going to be on Survivor. And I was like, you know what? For funsies, I'm going to do a tarot reading for him. Well, I do a tarot reading and I get this one card, which is, I get 5 cards, but one of the cards is the Ace of Pentacles, which is essentially about coming into a large sum of fortune and like all of your plans coming together and like, everything paying off. And I was like, I don't want to tell you what the card is because I feel like you're going to get a big head about it. And he's like, tell me what it is. And I tell him, and I'm like, I feel like you think means you're going to win. And he's like, it's decided. It's in the fates. I'm going to win Survivor. He gets to the final 3. He does his spiel, and in it, he says, a witch told me that I was going to win. And he wins.
Hell yeah.
And he actually won. And I was like,
You did that.
I did that. I can't believe I did that for him. That was so sweet of me. So yeah, big week for me. Finding out a lot of my family is going to be in town, which is great. And then also I'm a psychic, which is
Yeah.
also a really great feeling.
That's an exciting development.
I'm never going to do a tarot reading again because I don't ever want to be wrong.
Yeah.
So
you need
I just
that
did my
100%
one great
hit
one.
rate.
Yeah. And then we had a phasmophobia tournament this morning.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
Me and By the Beard did it together. And we did terrible. We did the worst. I mean, everybody else we were playing, we didn't do terrible. We did really well for how inexperienced we are compared to everybody else, right? We came in solid last place, but only by 10 points, which like we had 168 and they had 178. And then like first place had like something crazy because they're really good. But we did really well. We just continued to get really unlucky where we were just getting really hard ghosts. We're playing on professional with tier 1 equipment, so the worst equipment you can have.
Right.
And I'm a baby, like a massive baby when it comes to playing Phasmophobia. So I was like, really didn't want to do things. And then he would get killed instantly. And then I would have to do things. And I was like, I really hate this. I'm like the take my headphones off bitch, where like the ghost, as soon as I hear the creaky, like of the hands, I take my hands off because I can't do it, or take my headphones off because I can't do it. But that was really fun too. It was really, really fun. So I was streaming from before 9 a.m. until 2:15. So like for a long fucking time this morning. Yeah.
Hot damn.
What a whirlwind of a week. How has your week been?
Pretty good, actually. Speaking of parents visiting, my parents are on an airplane right now flying to Canada. So my parents also are visiting, not for a month, for about a week. They're isolating for 5 days off somewhere with nature and stuff. And they're coming into the city on Friday. And then we have so many things that we're doing. Hopefully I can still squeeze in an episode next weekend. We'll see. That's we'll find out. Viewers will know when I know, which is likely on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. This week I've been playing a lot of games. I got a bunch of games for my birthday that I hadn't started playing, and because I've been playing a bunch of Elite Dangerous and something else that I can't remember now off the top of my head. But I didn't burn myself out on Elite Dangerous, but I do this thing where I do like a really intense project for like a week, and then I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. And that's just apparently how I play that game. So I played a little bit of a game called Hyper Demon, which is weird. The basis for it's an arcade shooter, so it's not like story driven or anything. The idea is you are dropped in a circle of darkness, and you can shoot knives out of your hand. And you can either shoot like an automatic spray of knives, or you can shoot like a shotgun blast of knives. And you can jump, and that's all the things you can do.
Okay.
And as you play, demons spawn in the circle with you that are all like floating skulls and shit. And it's creepy, and like tentacles and creepy eldritch weirdness. And they try to fly at you and kill you, and you try to shoot them before that happens. And that happens very quickly, and yada, yada, yada. There's points, there's a global leaderboard. But the weird thing about Hyperdemon, it's sort of a spiritual successor to a game called Demon Dagger, I think, which is by the same developer, that's the premise for Demon Dagger. In Hyperdemon, it's that, but also there are some power-ups you can pick up. Okay, that's cool. Devil Daggers, that's right. There are power-ups you can pick up. Okay, cool, neat. And also you can see in 360 degrees around you.
Okay.
And it's not a VR game. you have a fairly wide, like, Quake FOV, like fisheye field of view, but then also things behind you, things that get close to you from behind, are overlaid on your view in red. So it's this bullet hell arena shooter thing where you're struggling to kill the enemies and get points, but the real challenge of the game is just understanding what the fuck your eyeballs are seeing. It's trippy as hell, but very fun. So I played a bit of that, and then I have just been playing so much Starfield, which I was not planning on playing. Legit, I was like, I don't think this game is for me. And then someone got it for me for my birthday, and I was like, well, I don't want to play Elite Dangerous right now, so I might as well boot up Starfield and see how it is, and I just have been unable to put it down. So there's the endorsement, I guess.
Well?
Yeah, I have how many hours now? I started playing on Thursday, I think. And I have...
Can I guess?
Yep.
Okay.
It was Thursday or Friday?
Started playing it Thursday. 34 hours. Up. 40 hours. 45 hours.
46 hours.
Oh my God, Dylan. Since Thursday? That's
I think
two
so.
of the 4 days.
Yeah, I can... Hold on, let me check my achievements just to be sure. Maybe it was Wednesday. It was the 11th. Okay, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. Or Wednesday afternoon is when I started playing. But yeah. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
But
wow.
So two things happened. Two things have happened in this game. One, I made my character the hottest space lesbian that I could. And then the first NPC that I encountered where I was like, oh, maybe romance options. Not a woman. Just a single dad with like a soft heart and a loving relationship with his daughter. And I was like, fuck. So that was funny. But the other thing is, this game fucking loves cops so much. Bethesda loves the police, and it is so uncomfortable for me.
God damn.
Because ACAB, it's so wild because you'll be going through the game and the NPCs will all be like, yeah, the police here are awful. They're oppressive. They're terrible. They're all corrupt. And then it's like, the positive ending for this quest line is that the cops are involved. I'm like,
and you're like,
what?
Why though?
It's like,
why'd they have to be involved in this?
I have one quest that's about a woman whose husband was murdered and then a corrupt police officer covered it up. And I don't get to do anything about that, right? Like, I don't get to find out which cop it was and bring them to justice or anything. I just get to tell her that that's what happened. And then in the same place, I have another quest line where I join a gang to fight another much more evil gang. And the conclusion of that quest is the cops show up, say, thanks for doing our job. We're giving you all jobs in the police force. And that's a positive.
What the fuck?
Right?
And everybody's like, we would love jobs as cops. Thank you so much. Us as gang members would love to work for the police now.
Yeah, they're all like, oh, well, I can't believe they're forgiving all the crimes that we've done. Hooray, we're going to go be cops now.
That is the most bonkers thing I think I've ever heard.
And like,
the writers were not like, does this track at all? They were like, how do we make people really like the police?
I think it's because the police in a Bethesda game, specifically for Starfield at least, my theory is that the police are not a fictional faction within the setting that acts as, muscle of the state and opposition to criminality.
Yeah.
Which it does do that, but the actual purpose of law enforcement characters in the game is to stand in opposition to certain modes of play that a chaotic player would get up to.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't give you options that oppose the police because the gameplay role of police characters in the game is to punish you, the player, for getting caught for stealing or doing random murders. So, yeah. Which is weird and dissonant and like...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's 2023.
Wow.
And like it's funny because I've also been watching someone do a playthrough of Cyberpunk now that it's got its updates and stuff, and like I have warmed up to the game. It is better than it was on release and than I initially gave it credit for. And like it's very much a choices matter kind of RPG where like sure you could work with the cops, but the game at no point is like, well, how dare you? Why wouldn't you work with the cops? Because the whole point is that you're a criminal. And like when I made my character, I picked a bunch of criminal backgrounds and I was like, oh yeah, my character, they come from not a normal place. They come from, you know, the streets.
Yeah.
Like I literally picked the street rat origin from like the cyberpunk city. And I was like, yeah, I'm a criminal and I got free and I was hiding in this mining operation, then plot happened to me. And that was my origin. And the game's like I steal from people and the NPCs are like, I can't believe you just stole from someone. I can't believe, like your companions are like,
I can't believe that you, a criminal, would do criminal activity.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
I can't believe you would do crimes. And like I put the criminal NPC, like the ex-criminal, the ex-smuggler NPC in my party. Yeah. And I steal stuff and they're like, well, I hope that was necessary.
It's like, okay.
Or like you get in a fight with the
Somebody's
police
sitting on their
because
moral
you get
high
caught,
horse.
and your companions will bail on you if you get in trouble with the police. They'll be like, I can't be a part of this. Every single one of them.
Free me from the police. Hit him with a brick.
It's wild.
Help me.
It's absolutely wild.
That's so wild. What a choice. Damn.
And I really do think that it's not, because you have the dissonance comes from the fact that there are stories within the setting that you know, rub up against the idea that cops are at all beneficial. And especially in the cyberpunk city, it like the whole point, every NPC you talk to is like, yeah, the cops have never helped me. They're all corrupt and they suck. But what you gonna do? And so I don't think it's necessarily that the game is trying to take the position that the police are a positive force. Like it very clearly in at least certain parts of the game is trying to take the position that police can be bad. I really do think it's just a case of they don't know how to bonk murder hobos on the head in the game without having police NPCs be unassailable.
Yeah. I mean, I think like, why not have, I mean, if you've got gangs and that kind of thing, right? Why not have gangs be like, well, why are you murdering on our turf?
Yeah, you're in our space and you're killing people. Fuck you.
And you're drawing attention of the police to our area. Like, we don't need that here, you know? Like, that's why are you murdering random people from my hometown? Like, maybe.
Yeah, if you could if they could give the player punishment force to different narrative factions and different spaces, then maybe that would make sense.
Yeah.
But nope.
Well.
So yeah, that's my main for the game. I've encountered some bugs that were frustrating and annoying, but for the most part, it's been pretty smooth. And like the characters are compelling when they're not getting mad at me for breaking the law. The single dad has been the chillest with me pickpocketing people, which is funny because he is an ex-cop.
Well, he's an ex-cop. Yeah. So he's like, I also want to pickpocket.
It's good to be prepared.
Yeah.
Did you find anything useful? It's great.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's been my week and will likely be my next week. Except for preparing the house for my parents visiting for the first time since I moved here, which will be fun. We go see Niagara Falls. I'm sure I'll talk about it a bunch. I'll talk about plans next week and then talk about what I did the week after. So
yeah.
Yeah. You know what else I'm excited for?
Kentucky Route Zero.
Hell yeah!
Super hype on
this game.
On this game.
This game is so good.
Charmy.
I'm sharing. I believe I have fixed the thing where all of the titles were just squares. So we'll see.
Yay. But I loved that part of the game where everything was redacted.
Limits and demonstrations.
I'm excited. I'm hype on this shit.
Nope, didn't fix it. Maybe it's related to the save file. Because it was fine. I tested it earlier today.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I tested it on a different save file. So.
Fucking weird.
Well, maybe I'll get it fixed for next time. Limits and demonstrations. Wall text. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a diagonal slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact, from the intimate warmth of vertex texture fetch to the infamous visage, the latter of which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Okay. Hans. Title card. Basement Puzzle number 2. Artist, Sunset and Horse, 1976, plaster and wire. What do you think she means by puzzle? Can you read the covers of these books? Or solemn, sad?
Can you read the covers of these books?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. I wish we could get a little closer. I don't think they're real books. No, they're real. Look, that one says... No, you're right. It's just scratched up cardboard. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That is kind of sad. Just 3 friends at a museum. I don't think you're supposed to... I don't think you're... Okay.
Maybe I guess this is one you can go up to.
Overdebbed Namjoon Pike installation. In the style of Edward Packard, 1965, 1973, 1980, magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it, and you just listen to the recordings, I guess? Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. Do you want to take this?
Sure. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor.
The background faded out. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. Examine cards.
Examine the
leave room,
cards.
activate. Okay. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape.
Encoded in the holes punched through these cards is a first draft of the poetic subsystem. I can't read punch cards by sight. Donald can, I think. Anyway, this version was pretty underwhelming.
To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches.
Activate computer.
Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape.
So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note, caves. The other is blank.
To insert caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches.
Caves? We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail.
It's a trail.
It's more like a tendency. There tend to be fewer plants here on the path that we've been walking.
Walking sounds.
Now we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I.
To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches.
Enter the cave, or that's the only choice?
Yeah.
Enter the cave, let's go! That's the last trip, so everything's down here now.
The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. Remember or regret.
Remember.
Ooh.
It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then who knows. I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at some bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk.
That's cute.
So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive.
No instructions? Hey, go back a bit. Maybe we missed something. Or I guess we stopped then.
Your choice.
Really? We've gone so far. Yeah, let's go back. Is there anything else we can do here?
Let's go back.
Okay, sure. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape.
That's the last trip, so everything's down here now.
The final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches.
Regret.
Might as well.
It's late morning now. I'm sitting at my desk on my lunch break. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then who knows? I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. I don't like this. The first time I moved to Mexico, I stayed there for 3 years, and I had no contact with either Joseph or Donald in that whole time. They each thought I'd done it to spite them. Maybe I had, in part. But I don't think they ever appreciated the community I had in Mexico, or... Anyway, when I came back, I didn't call them or visit the university. I ran into Donald completely by chance at a hardware store. He asked me why I hadn't called, and I told him it hadn't occurred to me. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I eat. Can we go back further? I wonder.
I don't think so. I think we have to pick one of these two endings.
No instructions?
No instructions? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there?
I won't tell a soul.
Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work, our research. You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, and that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface.
Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down the zero.
You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. Interesting.
I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail. I don't like that. Okay, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. I don't like that.
Oh.
It makes me feel like she was living multiple realities because there's the regret and the remember.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing, that she was going to let it run out while she was driving or eating. And then it's like she said in that one, I'll put it in the mail and send it back to you.
I just got massive goosebumps.
I did too.
Rustling paper and indistinct voices. Visage, 1984. Unknown media. What is it made of? What kind of machines are those? I find this profoundly moving. What do you think, Bob?
What is it made of?
It's a mystery. Looks like ribbon, bandages. Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It's slice a visage to build a visage. A puzzle to its own owner. What? It's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. Sounds like it, or I think it's lovely.
Sounds like it.
Is that... It looks kind of like it's making the face of our main character guy. Starts with a C. Connor?
Yeah. Conrad?
Conrad? I think it's I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
TV static and distant electronic bell.
It was swirling around a vending machine. Conway.
Yeah, like
oh my god, thank
Conway.
you. We were both on. That makes me feel better.
A machine. Vertex texture fetch. Tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube. 1968. Found materials. Bob, this seems like your kind of thing. The picture on the TV, or a nice plant.
The picture on the TV.
What is that? It's a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane, or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse?
Why did that conversation happen?
I'm guessing they were seeing different things.
Yeah.
The fuck? Spinning coin suspended, correcting for angular motion, 1976. Found materials. What a lonely image. It feels so strangely alive. Or didn't you have one of these?
What a lonely image.
The image on the screen or the whole thing?
The whole thing.
The microfilm reader, that flickering coin. Yeah, kind of anxious, right? I feel like we startled it, and now there's this uncomfortable pause. Nice use of materials, yet pretty dark, or I feel really drawn to it, but...
I feel really drawn to it, but...
It just makes me nervous. Interesting.
Thank God it's over.
I guess we leave. Okay. Turn the screen so I can see the exit, please. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. I like to look around a bit more. This show is exhausting, or I need to get to work anyway.
I need to get to work anyway.
That was a neat little interlude. Act 2. Oh. Attention, Lula Chamberlain. Your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. That's such a backhanded way to say that.
Yeah. They should have just said we didn't select it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then been like, and here's why.
It's just putting these bits together. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards.
Yeah.
And also, our panel didn't select yours. That makes it feel like your piece wasn't up to the standards.
Up to their standards, yeah.
Not that there were 100 submissions and they had to pick one.
Yeah.
We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your obedient servant, Robert. Throws the letter in the wastebasket, or folds it up, puts it in her handbag.
Puts it in her handbag.
Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled proposals, or opens a folder of writing paper on her desk.
Opens a folder on her desk labeled proposals.
Mm-hmm. Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead, reading Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1, site, hospital, proposed use, auto dealership. Site 2, distillery, proposed use, graveyard.
Wow.
Proposal 3, site, basketball court, proposed use, kennel.
Review proposal 2. I need to know about the distillery turned graveyard.
Lula reviews proposal number 2. Proposal number 2, distillery still active but scaling down operation to less than half of the site. Distillery built on top graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery / graveyard could share resources. Chapel, once repurposed into bottling facility, could be repurposed into chapel. Lula stamps the proposal endorsed or opposed.
I don't know what to fucking do with that. Endorsed? I guess it used to be a great... Oh.
I don't know if I want graves in my whiskey.
But you already do have graves in your whiskey because it was a graveyard
Well,
first.
they built over it. They're gonna...
Yeah,
like,
there's still bodies under there.
It was only operating as either a graveyard or a distillery. Now it's going to be operating as both a graveyard and a distillery simultaneously.
Okay. Opposed. Fine, opposed.
Site, hospital, proposed use, auto dealership.
I want to read that.
Okay.
Yeah, hospital. I think we'll probably only be able to get through 2.
Hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms.
Endorsed.
Okay.
It's completely closed. It's not even like partially working.
Rick clears his throat. Busy? It's not important.
It's not
Buried,
important.
or how are you?
Yeah, it's not important.
Oh, okay. Great. Really great. I mean, sorry. That's not what I meant. Did you get my note? About the office party? Or about the proposals?
About the proposals, I've just finished them.
Oh, great. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back.
This voice you've picked is
Sorry,
choice.
I don't mean to pry. I just saw...
It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? No response to that one. Day over. Time to go home and cry.
Act 2, Scene 1. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces.
No squares.
No squares.
I see what it says.
Blue!
Blue! Blue!
Get a good rest in the truck, or this leg is getting kind of stiff now, Blue.
This leg's getting kind of stiff now, Blue.
I don't know if that's a good... Maybe I just need to walk it out.
Maybe.
Yeah, just walk it off.
Walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk's good for a lot of things.
Walk's good for a lot of things.
Talk to Shannon.
Didn't we just pass this place? Or maybe someone here can point us in the right direction.
Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, it looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here?
Looks like an office building. Looks like a cathedral. What do you think?
What do you think? What do you think, Shannon? When I got my electrician's license, I had to go to this government building in Frankfurt. Kind of low to the ground, a bit older. Didn't really look like this place, I guess. But they all have that same feel. Bureaucracy in the air. Too much concrete. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now?
This looks outside, because we have a fishing pole over here.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah, outside any man-made structure, I guess. Just feels like it's still inside since we can't see the sky. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction.
I'll go fishing.
I want to go fish. Go peach.
I don't think I can go fishing.
Go pinch.
Rude. Okay, down the stairs?
I love our dog.
Cannot go down the stairs. Yeah, Blue's
Look
great.
at the little girl. She's so lanky. She needs a hamburger.
Barrier.
And a line?
Seems that way, or still under construction?
Either.
Seems that way.
Not for us, I hope.
Horseshoe.
He's walking like actual Garbo.
Yeah, he is not okay. Oh, we are inside.
But there's plants.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah. Receptionist.
Well, what voice do I do for this? Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out.
Want to settle a bet?
I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up?
He says we're outside, but I think we're inside.
Oh, it's nothing, just a joke we had on the road. You want Shannon's?
Yeah, outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, is that like a philosophy thing, or are you lost?
I guess it is a bit philosophical.
I love Shannon engaging in conversation and comment being like, what's the least talking we can do right now?
We need to stop talking right now.
Shannon's?
Yeah. Shannon's.
Okay.
I want to know if we're inside or outside.
Huh. Okay, I wouldn't say you're dressed like a philosopher.
Oh, how am I dressed?
I wouldn't say so either. You work like me. I take care of the heating and cooling and watch the front desk. You know, at first I thought you were here delivering whiskey for our little celebration, but you don't look like one of the boys from the distillery either. Is it the half distillery, half graveyard?
Yeah, imagine.
What are you celebrating? What do the boys from the distillery look like? What is this place?
What are you celebrating?
What are you celebrating? Oh, the less I understand, the better. When I'm here, I keep the fans turning and the furnace hot and listen for the bell. When I get home, I'm a different person. I don't have to think about it. I just paint.
Aw, she's a painter.
Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through.
Go with, we're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is?
We're looking for Dogwood Drive. You know where that is? Dogwood. Nope. You're gonna need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first we gotta get you in the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me get some calls and see if we have anyone free. There's some books over there in the waiting area. Or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Or what?
So just take a look around?
Sure. There are TVs in the wall. That's fine.
Yeah.
The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. The television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm, but precariously fragile. Okay. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain, the artist. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there. 5th floor.
All right.
5th floor.
Let's go. 5th floor.
Come on, Conway, and your
Thanks, Ashura. Thanks, everybody.
bum leg. Books. The books are piled on the table, a service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack.
Envelope.
Conway picks up the envelope. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations.
Yoink. Mine now.
Getting massive Welcome to Night Vale vibes. Up.
5th floor.
In. Elevator music.
She's on the 5th floor, right?
5th floor, diagrams and drafts. 4th floor, archives and records. 3rd floor, bears. 2nd floor, conference room. 1st floor, clerk's offices. Lobby.
Let's go to
Diagrams and drafts. All right, up we go. Wait, there's Lula. It's right there.
We're going to the 5th floor.
It's literally bears.
It's just bears.
3rd floor it's bears.
We should get off on that floor. Do you think you can die in this game?
Did you ever take an elevator and go to bears? That's unsettling as hell. That's better.
Maybe he was just listening to that part on repeat on purpose. And you ruined it.
Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook.
Are you Lula Chamberlain?
Can I help you? Don't answer that. Are you Lula Chamberlain? No. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She probably back at her real desk now on the 1st floor.
I wouldn't say just missed somebody who left an hour ago.
Right? She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted.
She was probably getting rejected from a architectural program, whatever.
Right.
Bye,
Okay.
Greg.
Later,
Love
Greg.
you. Let's go to Bear Floor.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 1000%. And if we die, we
Okay.
die.
Ding dong.
Or the bears can talk, and that's gonna be cool. Bears, bears, take me to bears.
I don't think that's what Shannon was saying.
Sorry, that's what I was saying.
3rd floor, bears.
Can you talk to any of the bears?
It's bears. All right, back to the elevator.
I'm glad that they're not mauling you to death.
Yeah, that's nice. Why elevator of bears?
Okay, her office is down on the 1st floor.
1st floor, clerk's offices.
We had to try.
We had to try.
We had to try. Big conference happening on the 2nd floor. Some kind
Yeah.
of round table. Lula!
Hello, are you lost? Very much so, yes, or we're looking for Lula Chamberlain?
Very much so, yes.
Very much so, yes. Okay, well, let's get you pointed in the right direction then. It's pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. All right, Clerk Metzstein. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. Ingestion card? I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Or
Let's just
Shannon.
skip it. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain?
Oh, sure. That's her in the cardigan. Lula. Finally.
Having fun in the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me.
I'm fine. Arthritis? Or the receptionist said you could point us in the right direction.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Damn, Shannon.
How stoic, or is it romantic? Are you a suffering artist?
Oh, I'm no artist, or the receptionist?
The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go?
I'm trying to go for 5 Dogwood Drive, or we're having trouble navigating the zero.
Because we know she knows about it.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. Just navigating. Apropos of nothing, the zero doesn't work like other roads. You can't just drive and expect to find yourself somewhere. You must be more deliberate than when driving on surface roads.
Interesting.
And in a way, much less deliberate. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? That was years ago. A grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. And I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures.
Was that dog's name Blue?
Could be. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be, what are you doing on the zero?
Gas station attendant told us we'd need to take the zero to get here, or my cousin Weaver sent us this way.
I think the gas station attendant told us.
Yeah.
Gas station attendant. I see. Friendly blind man about my age, hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet.
His name is Joseph. Do you know him? Old cat. Pretend.
Pretend? I like pretend.
Pretend.
No, you're right. I shouldn't be so spiteful. Joseph and I used to work together, and we lived together. We were friends.
Oh.
Wait, is he one of
the 3?
young people? Like one of the 3 people we saw?
I think one of the people that she was talking to in her recordings.
Yeah.
It was Joseph and Richard, if I remember correctly.
But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And now he's implicated you quite inconsiderately. What? And in your condition, it's appalling.
Damn.
Lula? Kind of full of yourself, huh? So, I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me.
That's not very helpful. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one? Or
get over yourself, Shannon. Pop off, Shannon. Get over yourself.
Okay. Lula pauses, taken aback.
Well, I guess that's fair. All right, maybe I can help you. For Joseph. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call it. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here.
Do you have a record of those streets? Or where's the computer?
Either one. I expect we must. They'll all be up in archives and records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for autonyms.
Oh.
Probably, or... Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm so used to the 0. O, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed.
Jesus. Okay. Goodbye, Lula, I guess. Up to 4?
Mm-hmm.
Fourth floor. Archives and records.
I wonder when we'll have to go to the bare floor for something. There was nobody on this floor.
Yep. It's just archives and records. Documents. Hobble, hobble, hobble.
Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging.
The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Inside front cover, page 1, page 14, inside back cover.
Back cover.
Note in logbook. Failing antique shops. Folder missing, listed checked in on page 63, but not present.
Inside front cover.
Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F. For activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters, for example, cars, is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc.
Goodness. Page 1.
Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots.
Page 14.
A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. And 63. Check-in. Failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. Signee Ed Bohm.
Put it away.
That was not helpful.
Yeah. Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet. I couldn't find anything with an O or a G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look.
Back to the first floor.
Jesus Christ. And it's like I know that name like Bohm is going to come back, right? Like that's why we came up here. But it's so, oh my gosh.
Failing antique stores. I wonder if that...
Also, something about coal mining operations being checked out by several people in a few hours.
True.
First floor, clerk's offices.
Yeah, the antique shop makes me think of Conway's, the business that he works for.
Yeah. And obviously, her cousin's parents worked in a coal mine, or her sister's... Yep. Wait, who? Yeah, her cousin's parents.
Yep. Well, her parents worked in the coal mine. Her cousin's parents
were the
investigators.
Yeah.
Lula.
Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in process. This was a cathedral not so long ago. Can you believe it?
An office building and a cathedral.
It's a reclaimed space. And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The older congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity.
Damn. You ever just hold a sermon in a warehouse?
All the time. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, And while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east side of Bowling Green. Or the east edge. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Take care of each other. Doctor.
Still waiting to find out what is up with the 0.
Me too. I mean, she said we're basically on the 0 right now.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
like, you need to have intent
But
to
not
get
too much.
somewhere, but not too much. All right, Marianne.
I think it's kind of like it'll like it feels like a current, you know, like it's going to
Yeah.
carry you to a shore at some point. You just don't really know which one.
Yeah.
Marianne will direct us.
Hopefully. And get what you need. Lula said you could direct us to the church or be straight with me.
Be straight with me.
What is
this place? I think, yeah.
Just another office, lady. Just another job.
You kicked out a congregation to set up your office?
I wasn't here for that, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. Still, I wouldn't judge until I'd seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set it up for them out of some of their old storage space. I'm sure it's very nice. Go see for yourself. Just get back on the 0 and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle that. Okay.
Okay, we'll do that.
Hi, Blue. This shit's weird.
Blue. Blue, we hate it here. We want to go home, baby.
They have places, to go.
All right. Drive till you hit the crystal, then turn around.
Whoa. That's fun.
We're on the 0.
The Jaws? Oh, I don't like that.
The doctor was on the edge of Bowling Green.
The bat wings. The cactus. Oh, it's gone. The lightning bolt. The sandwich? The icosahedron.
Oh my god. The fuck?
The cathode ray. The bottle.
The bottle. Oh my god. Where's the fucking crystal at, man?
Where is it?
The
TV.
Makes me want to stop on that one.
The cenote? Cenote? The pipe organ? The crystal.
Crystal. Turn around.
Oh. Go until you hit the crystal and then turn around. I did.
We're looking for the warehouse.
Dang it.
Wait, why did you want to stop at 18?
At the number? Because it seemed like a
Yeah.
location that we could... I don't know. Okay, I guess we'll just turn around and see what happens. Pipe organ. Because it showed up immediately after I turned around, and so I figured that was it. The staircase. The projector. The bell. I feel like we're lost now. The tree. The sprocket. The anchor. Bicycle.
Just keep going until we find the crystal again.
The feather. The wheelbarrow. Oh, jeez. Antlers. Scarecrow. This is a fun noise anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's that. The bureau.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we go
now
until we hit the crystal.
Yeah.
And then we turn around and then click on the location while it is visible.
Okay. The jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go to the crystal the other way, past the bureau?
Maybe? I guess we can try.
To see if it's closer? See if this is the bureau.
Okay, there's the bureau.
Okay, go this way.
All right.
Because there's no guarantee you go that way, you know what I
The
mean?
crystal. Aha. And then we turn around. And we arrive at... Not the bureau. Self-storage.
Aha!
Act 2, Scene 2. St. Thomas Church.
This is great.
It's not Shanda.
Is that it? Over there?
I don't see any congregation.
Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess.
Hey, janitor. Oh, here for the night mass?
What kind of mass is it, or where's the congregation?
What kind of mass is it?
Yeah.
Tonight it's a homily on work and need. Huh, I haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher, or where's the congregation?
Where's the congregation?
I guess this must look pretty strange. A church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes, same with the organist. And I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. That's creepy, Brandon. You do what you have to, right?
Why do you have to? Okay.
Conway or Shannon?
You don't have to. You're a janitor. Right. Now we have to find some bureau documents.
Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to Unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building. Same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys.
Thanks, Brandon. Super helpful. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale.
Nice lady. Well, I better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Listens to the homily, or...
Listens.
Conway listens to the homily. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working. Through feast or abstinence, recognizing Saint Joseph the Worker, who was foster father to our Lord Jesus and who trained him in carpentry and in the merit of sweat. And this is one such day. Listens?
Yeah, I'm interested.
On this day, we celebrate with the feast of St. Joseph the Worker, and on this day, other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even who like it, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all. but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church, inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown they call the fruit of their labor very good. Listen, or my leg is killing me.
Maybe say my leg is killing me. Let's see if he offers us anything.
Leg is killing me. I bet everything's telling you to go see a doctor, or everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed, and eventually he just sort of... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? Conway listens to the homily.
Yeah, let's go back to listening.
So just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without a vocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right, and these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our mind's eye an altar image of divine light, only where love and need are one, and the work is play for the mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sakes. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think, and I don't remember them anyway.
Ah, I got it.
Got what? We were just talking about work and hobbies? We were just listening to the sermon.
Listening to the sermon. What? I found what we came here to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended.
I'm worried
Maybe we go see the doctor first?
I'm worried for Conway. We don't know how to get there.
Someone's gotta fucking tell us. We knew he was on the edge of the we knew he was on the edge of Bowling Green. But I don't know what that means.
Spooky?
Jesus, are you all right? What the hell?
I'm okay, or my leg is stuck?
My leg is stuck.
My leg is stuck.
Shit, okay. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. This is what happened when he got trapped. There you go. Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on the leg?
Oh.
It's all messed up.
It's all messed up.
Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me?
What happened?
I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met.
I'm okay. Can we listen to another one of those sermons, or don't let me keep you? You have work to do.
Don't let me keep you. You have work to do.
Don't let me keep you. You have work to do.
What the hell are you talking about? We're going to see that doctor the clerk recommended.
Shannon.
Hands Brandon the doctor's card.
Yep.
How do we get this address from here?
I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, here and there. The bureau is the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal and then turn around. I think we're in the land of the dead.
Yeah, it feels like that.
All right, back to the crystal.
Go back the way we came.
Turn around. Oh. What's this? Nothing.
I don't know.
Okay, shouldn't the bureau be here? Shouldn't the bureau
We'll
have...
see.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe because you clicked the thing?
Maybe? Go here. Hit the crystal. Turn around. Don't hit the 65. Bureau. Okay. It's like unlocking a combination lock.
Yeah.
Act 2, Scene 3. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. All right, we're back. We're better than ever. Hi, Marianne. Back so soon?
We need to get to the Interstate 65.
Well, Lula filled your papers, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. Got a few more things to see down here, I'd say. Or we're ready to be processed.
I don't know. I want to get this guy to a doctor.
Ready to be processed then?
Yeah. Hands Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman.
Of course. This is in the neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. 65 going southwest.
Going southwest. Right past the observatory, just before the river. Continue north, be there shortly. Okay.
Can you write this down?
Yes.
Because the last time we got verbal directions, they did not show up in our notes, and then we were horribly lost for a while.
Got it.
Okay. Great. Happy to help.
Okay. Let's get out of here.
I guess we go. Oh!
Okay. Back to this.
Now we're here.
Get on 65 going southwest. So down this way. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. So it'll probably be...
Past the observatory.
That's the river. Just before the river. So right.
Just past the observatory. And
continue north.
A right is
yes, so
this way.
You're right. Yep, that way. Keep going north.
Dr. Truman's house.
Dr. Truman's house.
Question mark. The neighborhood at the address on Lulu's card has been demolished. In its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Oh, is that the wet museum?
Let's go there anyway.
Act 2, Scene 4. Museum of Dwellings. Blue! What? Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. What did he say?
Doesn't seem that weird.
You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looked like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they were both drunks, breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for that old dog, getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. That's loyalty for you. Well, didn't stay long anyway. Okay.
I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me.
Were you doing up that late, or what were they talking about?
What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. They didn't know, so they kept looking around.
Interesting. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved.
They definitely weren't from the power company.
Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business. It doesn't affect me. I've got my generator, but, you know, some of these folks around here, unprepared. Totally unprepared. Umbrella. Okay. Weird. Very weird.
Those are some doors. There's the truck.
An umbrella. I can't go outside.
Maybe we have to keep looking around because the game said we did.
Yeah, maybe further down
Yeah.
instead of up. Yeah. Nope.
Sides?
Oh. Oh. Another one of these.
Oh.
Hello?
Wow. Can you go up to the podium? I was playing in the empty cabin when they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them.
Should we talk about them? Talk about anything else, or where did Dr.
Where
Truman
did
go?
Dr. Truman go? It's a secret, Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. Who's Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother, Julian. First they were going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story?
I'm a little busy.
I do.
Okay.
Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. He took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. What did he find in the cabin? He went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? How'd you know? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. He could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin, too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now, the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement.
The cabin doesn't have a basement.
Oh. He said he found a secret door in the floor.
Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down, or he was surrounded by giant aphids.
The rope. The walls were covered in glowing moss. Lake, yeah, the lake.
Water swept him around until he didn't know where he was, and finally he fell asleep in the water, or he was a good swimmer, so he found his way back to the cabin.
He was a good swimmer. Our Conway's a good swimmer. So then he came back out of the cabin, and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. Oh, and here it comes!
Weird. Alright, I guess let's go over to this house.
There's like a dog thing in the back. There's like a couple dog houses in the back that way, to the right.
I don't think we can go there. Oh, we can go to the doghouse though, so we will go there.
There's one, that one has a little pad too, the one with the cage.
Yeah.
Oh. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness from her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage, marking out a tuneless scale like a child's xylophone. And then they moved on.
This is fucking creepy.
One. No, go to the one on the right with the cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
Zigzag back and forth.
We ought to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land. You know what I mean?
It's just sure, we'll look into it, Brad.
Dog house.
The dog house.
That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit that seemed to cheer them up a bit.
Can you not look in the... Can we not give the puppy some... Oh.
I think it is implied that happened.
Okay.
Through the dialogue.
Yeah. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable.
Do you like horses, or did the strangers go in the stable?
Did the strangers go in the stable? No. They just poked around a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring.
Okay, hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, you're good.
We cannot interact with the doghouse.
Yeah, you're fine. You're
or with
fine.
Blue.
Barn?
Or with the barn.
Okay. Oh, I meant the barn to the left of the stables.
This.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like we can go that far.
Let's see if it turns.
Let's see. Oh, that's the barn that was outside of Marquez's place.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe we look over to the left of the whole shebang.
There's another plaque
Ooh.
over here.
Yeah, you're right.
With the burb.
Nice. A guy. That's a doctor for sure.
Sure, I talked to them for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could.
What did you talk about?
I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. Bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told him. This is fucking weird.
It's so cool, though. Why
And
are these people just
creepy.
here?
They're just here, but are they here?
They're just
are we
here,
here?
but are they? We're
This
not here.
Partially constructed museum with a forklift in it, I guess.
What is that?
I don't know. Let's go find out. It's like a elevator for a crane. Yeah.
Come on, Blue.
Blue.
Come on, girl. How did they get in?
Ooh.
Use your umbrella.
Umbrella time. Was that a giant bird?
Carrying construction supplies, yeah. They wouldn't come in, just rushing around. You could tell they were worn, and it was late at night, but just rushing around. Well, There was some urgency to the older man's injury, so it's understandable.
How was he injured, or what were they looking for?
Either way. His leg, it was twisted or something. He held it while he walked and made these painful little sounds in his throat. Oh, how? I don't know. I didn't ask. It would have been rude, I think. Well, we just don't know. I suppose we never will. This place is fucking weird.
How do you come up with
Fucking
this?
weird, dude. What if we made a museum where they went to find a doctor, but instead of a doctor, they found like a bunch of places that people live, and there's people in there, but we don't know why they're in there, and it's under construction. There's a giant eagle flapping around with construction supplies.
I heard a shout from downstairs. The old man had stumbled in the rain. I stayed inside with the lights off. There's no sense in my getting involved. What? Fucking bird, dude.
It's carrying shit around!
It's carrying parts of houses.
The eagle did this.
Didn't see or hear a thing all night. I was in the back doing inventory when they came by. I got 30 cases of candles in, and each one of those has got to be individually labeled, you know? But I heard from passing some of the other neighbors that they weren't up to any harm, just passing through. Oh, hello.
Hello, child.
Ezra. Hi, Ezra. Oh. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? It doesn't belong to me. I just drive it. Got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs. Or do you know where Dr. Truman is?
We've got a couple of them at the shop, but this is the only one that runs.
Yeah, we got a couple of them at the shop, but it's the only one that runs. Oh yeah, with the truck you've got to keep it up. That's why me and Julian don't use a truck. We just carry the houses.
Is Julian the eagle?
Who's Julian?
Yeah.
Julian's my brother. He's a lot bigger and stronger, and he has more feathers than me, but he's still my brother.
Where do you take the houses?
Where do you take the houses? Me and Julian take them out to the forest every night, and then we bring them back at dawn before the museum opens.
Is Dr. Truman in the forest?
Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back. He lives there all the time now. This museum is an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this, or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep, and then bring them back in the morning. Is your family in the forest?
Your family
or
on
I'm
the-
getting
yeah.
pretty tired.
Is your family out in the forest?
Oh no, they're... I don't know where they are. Me and Julian were looking for them for a while, but... Anyway, we have a job to do here now, taking these people out to the forest at night so they can sleep, and maybe if the rest of them will be like Dr. Truman and want to stay out there, we'll get back to looking.
Can you tell us how to get to the forest?
You have to follow the Green River way out east, and then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go there. But me and Julian can take you. We were just about to go anyway.
Fuck yeah!
I've just got to call him over. Yelling, Kia!
That was great. What? Took blue and everything.
Excuse me?
Took all of us. Green River. Are you directing this bird?
I am doing absolutely nothing. This bird is happening by itself.
You might need to.
Okay. Oh, yep, looks that way. Okay, so this was the Green River.
Follow the
What
Green River
the
all the way
fuck?
down. All the way north. So keep
Was
following
it
the Green
north?
River. Yeah, it said north.
Okay.
Keep going.
This way, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And then it said you had to hop over.
Lake Cumberland.
Wow.
I was not prepared to get picked up by a giant bird.
And then direct said giant bird based on the instructions that we got in 0.2 split seconds.
Z.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Let's click it and find out. Oh.
Hey, old man, wake up. You passed out. I guess the sudden speed was. It made me a little dizzy too. But look around you. Just look.
The forest.
The forest.
I guess that's our just get
Fast
there
travel.
already
Yeah.
button.
So cool.
Act 2, Scene 5. A forest.
They just pick up the houses and take them here at night so that people can sleep.
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Absolutely, 100%.
Ooh. All those like
Anyone to talk to?
bug noises.
Yeah, it's good. Ooh. Ooh.
That's not Conway. That
No,
is
we're
blue,
Ezra.
though.
Yeah. We're Ezra right now, I think. There's our brother. Our big eagle brother. Hi, everybody. It's okay. Just take it easy.
We've got to get back on the road.
We will. We need to get this leg looked at first. Right now, you're in no condition to haul anything out of that truck, even when we do find Dogwood Drive. Why is this delivery so important to you?
It's my job. It's my last delivery.
Yeah.
It's my last delivery.
Oh, you're retiring or something? Or, sorry.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Lisette's closing up the shop.
That's damn. What do you like to do?
What do you like to do? Chase rabbits? Just lay around?
Just lay around?
Well, I bet you were pretty wild when you were younger. Julian, too. He sleeps all day.
He sleeps all day. Good papa. Keep going through the woods?
I guess, yeah. Oh, hello. I don't think I can talk to Conway
That's
here.
Conway, yeah.
At a house that only kind of exists.
Shouldn't be much further now. I think I see where the settlement ends over there.
Some fine looking trees. The forest is full of shadows. These woods go on forever.
Fine looking trees.
These are some fine looking trees.
Yeah, really nice. You a tree enthusiast?
Birds.
I like birds.
I like birds. Birds like trees.
I'm a bird lover at heart. Okay, I can follow that logic. You're in a lot of pain right now, aren't you?
I'm just thinking about getting back to work.
Ain't he always? We're almost there. We'll get you patched up and back in that truck. We can handle this. Talk to the baby.
Always. Have you ever been here in the winter? Have you ever been over to the lake?
Either way.
I bet it's all snowy. I bet the lake freezes.
Snowy.
And totally quiet. And you can just listen to it piling up.
Can just listen to it piling up. I was just thinking about snow.
Oh, I can't wait for the snow to get here.
Oh. Do you have any family you're close with? brother or sister? Kids?
First or second?
Just Lisette's family, I guess. Oh, yeah? Husband? Bunch of kids?
This one?
She had this great kid named Charlie.
She had this great kid named Charlie, but,
Sorry. I guess I was always closest with Weaver. As close as someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength, but we were the same age growing up and everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry, and I guess I just stayed that way. I never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. Talk to the papa.
you have a way of falling behind, don't you? I bet you come from a big family of dogs.
Big family of dogs.
Yeah, dogs have big families. I like that. Or, well, I have a pretty good-sized family, too, I guess.
I have a pretty good-sized family, too.
Right now, all I need is Julian. I guess we'll see the rest of them pretty soon.
Feeling kind of blue, feeling kind of blue, boys.
Hands on the hips, so cute. He's inside with Dr. Truman. Are you coming in?
Sure, I'll come in. Dr. Truman lets me watch TV sometimes. My folks never watch TV, but I like the way it looks.
I like the way it looks, too. I fix TVs, you know?
Whoa, cool, a TV scientist. I bet you make a lot of money. My folks had a really nice house, bigger than any of these houses, but it made them worried all the time. Then the bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far, and we never got lost, but when we came back in the morning, they were all gone.
I'll help you look for him.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we can all go looking again later tonight. Let's go see what's on TV. This is so cool. Just in the trees.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think during that exit interview is when I really realized how badly they had me. But how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning to sell painkillers on the side or something. Or, you know, some kind of administrative thing. I don't know. Having seen what arthritis did to my grandmother and my best friend in high school destroy his wrists building synthesizers, I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. I hope that answers your question. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached, but at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow their market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on the medical uses of Noripinol, TM. It's not so bad. So, how about that leg? What happened exactly?
My leg was crushed by falling rocks.
Okay. My leg was crushed by falling rocks. Ah, crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed and there are a lot of little pieces to... You know what? Never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right?
Bad.
What are they singing about?
They're singing about going home.
Yeah, they're singing about their home because they're lost right now. It's a scary song.
It's not scary. It's hopeful.
Dr. Truman's going to help your friend. He'll be okay.
Thanks, Ezra.
But it's nothing we can't handle. You might have a few things to look out for in the future, be a bit gentler with the leg or the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before.
Yay!
So the anesthetic we'll use is called Naripnol, TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. The way it works is I'll count backwards from 5 to start the process, and then we'll just have a normal conversation as the Naripnol takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about billing for a moment. The pharmaceutical company I'm contracted with was recently acquired by an energy company that has... blah, blah, blah. The energy company?
An energy company.
That came up, I think, in Act 1.
This is great.
At the end of Act 2. End of Act 2. Damn! So fucking weird.
So weird.
Oh.
Wow.
Just suddenly giant bird?
That's his brother.
Yeah, that's just
My
Julian.
brother is bigger and has more feathers than I do, but we're still brothers. Okay.
Yup. He's a giant bald eagle. That's fine.
That's fine. Not a big deal.
What?
I loved the running through the woods and seeing the peaks of the cabins.
Like progressing through that scene in little chopped bits. It felt like a montage. Almost.
Yeah.
Very cool. God damn. I continue to love this game. Despite the tech difficulties that we've been having.
But we barely had any. Basically none.
None, yeah.
Yeah.
There weren't any in this episode.
Essentially
if you're
none.
watching it on YouTube. I think maybe there were some choppy bits toward the beginning, but
yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitches.